Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we are. Raise you five. Raise you five. All right, all right. Welcoming everybody. Welcome, welcome, Phoenixes. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to March, my darling Phoenixes. All right, here we are in March. We are embracing March, the third month of the year, and it is under Pisces moon. And so Pisces moon, what is it bringing to us right now? Again, if you understand anything, if you believe in anything, what we cannot attest is that we are energy, and energy influences one another, right? And that is something that is just universal. And so the planets do affect, the vibrations and the vibrational fields as we are energy. And so here we are in March, and the Pisces moon is all about change. It's all about activating yourself. It's all about connecting with yourself, really assessing and understanding what you want, right? And really figuring out how do you transform that, how you cultivate that. One of the most charming traits of a Pisces is to dream. To dream, to dream, to dream, and to nurture that dream into reality with a lot of patience, because Pisces is one of the most patient zodiacs, really, of all the signs. They really are patient and helping us grow in love and the nurturing, or in just waiting it out. They're really strategic in that way, and that's what we can learn from the Pisces moon. And so it's time to look into ourselves, assess what's going on. And so this is what I'm bringing to you today about opening the portal to connecting to your higher self. Right? When we talk about the difference in the self, like the present self, our past selves, our, who we are, and our future selves, our higher self, like what is that about, right? We are, again, energy in that spirit that goes with us, whether you believe in past lives or not. It's our true form. It's our life force. A life force in all that we are is what we think is correct, what is wrong, what we believe is morally right or wrong, and in every sense of the way, right? In that compass that we have, that internal compass that we have of telling us, oh, this is something that feels right or doesn't feel right, whatever that may be. And so we're talking about, right? That's what we're talking about right here. So it seems clear why it's important to have a good story. Like our story and the story that we tell of ourselves, the versions that we tell of ourselves, this connection between time and space. And I'm abbreviating this stuff for you guys, okay? So keep that in mind. But we are connected through time and space with ourselves. Who we were in the past and who we're going to become in the future are all in this living and existing all at the same time, and what we're processing and heading towards. And so we can connect through these dimensions, through this portal that I call this portal to connecting to your higher self, where your future version, can come in and talk to yourself while you're struggling and while you're going through the middle. This version of self that has already overcome and has achieved what it wants to achieve, or its purpose. What would that look like? And that version of yourself is somewhere out there in the universe, if you want to believe it, right? Everything that we are, if you believe in destiny, if you believe in, pre-described path, or, idea of purpose, right? Then these things all come about in terms of what we get to achieve and what we already set out to achieve, and the purpose that we have in our lives. And there are these versions of ourselves across dimensions that already achieved that, and that's our higher self. It's kind of the all-knowing self, right? The self, that voice inside of you that really knows herself and her or himself, themselves. I really know themselves well, and is able to connect and understand and say, yes, I like this. No, I don't like that. Okay, so connecting to ourselves becomes very essential. This higher self, and connecting to this higher self for guidance. As in, like, what should I do here? What aligns with my highest purpose? What aligns with my highest path? Right? And that's what connecting with your higher self for guidance means. Like, is this right for me? Right? And I'm not talking about the trivial things like this person, what do they have? Even though you can. Once you open the portal, you could always have access to your higher self and have these conversations. And it's the part of yourself that knows the most what is right for you or not. Right? If this is just an entertainment or a joke, you have to be able to connect and listen to that and understand when that messaging comes to you. Meaning that first thought of like, oh, that's a joker. Trust that. Trusting your instincts. You have to be able to trust your instincts in order to be able to connect. So here you go. 3 exercises. 3 exercises that will help activate and open the portal to your higher self. The first one, you want to dream a little dream, right? You want to find that portal. You want to get through it. You want to dream a little dream. What would that life be like? Right? You want to find the time and space to meditate. You want to set this up. And you want to, for a full experience, these are the things that I recommend generally for a full experience during meditation. You want to adhere to the 5 senses. So some aromatherapy, right? Some essential oils that will help the mood that you want to express, that you want to feel. If it's that you're feeling down and you want to uplift, you want to use scents that help do that. Spearmint usually does, eucalyptus usually does, things like that to uplift and lift your spirits. If it's that you want to calm down and you want to relax, you want some lavender and a lot of other different ones that you can put in there. Citruses are also really good for awakening and supporting focus. So those are some essential oils. You want something for, things like incense as well works. You want hydration, so you want to be able to feel hydrated, so have some water around, make sure that you are hydrated, that you're not feeling thirsty. You want calming music, 432 hertz, anything that has to do with unlocking those powers, beautiful sound waves. I'm not going to get into all the history and the details of the 432 hertz and how that's our vibrational frequency for positivity, right? According to Tesla and a lot of other authors, but definitely some calming music, anything that has to do with 532 hertz and the combination, and a blindfold even for your senses, so you're able to just concentrate and get into your body, right? You want to sit comfortably. For some people that's in a chair. For others, they can't sit Indian style. That means their legs folded into one another, and if you can do that, by all means. Most important, you want to have your back straight and your shoulders back. So you want to do a little bit of that. You want to roll your shoulders, okay, in a opposite motion. And then this trick that I like the best is like putting your shoulders to your ears and dropping them, and doing that about 3 times, and then taking 3 deep breaths, counting to 5, and then releasing. So you inhale, you count to 5, and then you release. Okay, you want to close your eyes, and after taking those deep breaths, you want to get into your body and start to feel that, right? Start to embrace that. You could start by following your breath. How does that feel through your body? The breath going and the oxygen going through your lungs and through all the other organs. So you can do that. And then, so this first exercise, dream a little dream. Dream your ideal life. What would your ideal life be? Who would your ideal partner be? Right? What kind of work would you be doing in your ideal life? What kind of things would you be expending your energy? What are you passionate about? And what would that look like to be doing something that you're passionate about, that you feel good about, that you wake up and you're like, yes, I want to go do this, and I'm so interested in this project and this new development, or like it's so riveting to like help people and help them grow and help them heal, and it's amazing. That's what happens with me every day, and I'm so grateful for that opportunity. But imagine your ideal life from the time that you wake up. What are the covers like? What are you wearing? Right? What does the room look like? Is there a bathroom in the room? Is there a walk-in closet? Is it just a closet? What do you envision? This is your ideal life. So what would that be like? What would be the sight out of the window, right? Is it a dark room? Do you like light room, right? Imagine what the decor would be. What kind of feel would it have? What kind of aesthetics would it be, right? What would you do next? You get up, you're going to work. It's a regular work week. What would your routine be? Are you getting up at a certain time? Are you dressing for work? Right? Imagine going to the bathroom, brushing your teeth, right? We usually, relieve ourselves during that time. What would that be like? What would you be like? What would you be wearing? What would you be thinking? What would you be feeling? How would you have to dress up for the day? What kind of work would you have to do? Do you have time to a slow morning? Do you have time to work out? Do you have pets? Do you have children that you have to tend to? Do you have a partner in your bed? What would that look like? What would your ideal life? Go through every detail, right? Going to work, what would the office building look like? If it's an office, is it a home office? Is it, how are you connecting with people? What would that look like? What kind of projects are you excited about? What kind of projects are under development? What kind of things are in your mind? Go through the details of your day as if you were living that day, all the way down to when you're going to bed. Like when you're done with work, what do you do? Do you meet with friends? Do you meet with family? Do you have children? Right? Again, all these questions. What does that look like for you? What would the ideal scenario look like? What would that feel like? So I think I've expressed that enough, right? Be as detailed as possible from the moment that you wake up to the moment that you go back to bed. Create that scenario. That's the first exercise. Exercise number 2, infinity and beyond. This is where you go and you meet your higher self. Oh, this is exciting. Is where you get to meet your higher self and cultivate these beautiful spaces in which you can have these conversations. So I want you to imagine what your favorite place will be. For me, this is very much like it. A beach, by the water, some sunlight, really filled with nature. That's what that would look like for me. So what would your favorite place would be where you could meet your higher self and have a meeting? As you see them, imagine waiting at this space. What would it look like? What would it smell like? Always with the 5 senses. What would it smell like? What would it feel like? Right? Start into getting into the rhythm, into yourself, into that space by the 5 senses. What do you see, feel, touch, hear? Right? Are there birds chirping? What is there? Is it windy? What does it feel like? Right? What is that favorite place that you like? And go see your higher self. What would they look like? Right? What would you look like at 40, 50, 60 years old? What would that person look like? What do you want it to look like? And meet that person and ask questions. Have a conversation. Ask the questions that you want to ask. Search for the guidance. You have it right there and they will be able to guide you. Listen, question, ask anything that you want. That place of joy where you can have this conversation. And I do recommend to journal. Journal immediately on all that you find. What your true self answers you, right? That first answer, what they tell you, that's what you want to follow. Number 3, the love letter. This is one of my favorite exercises, actually. Is where you get to write a letter to yourself, right? You're writing a letter to your future self, thanking them for all that they did to obtain and succeed in the areas that you want, whether it's career, whether it's a relationship, and whatever area you want to work and emphasize on most. And you write this letter and you detail, thank you so much for making these changes. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for, going past this hurt and pain that I feel right now. Thank you so much for listening to yourself. We've been able to obtain this much and put specific numbers. We've been able to sell out this amount of inventory. We've been able to sell out this amount of seats. We've been able to, accomplish these things in our lives. We've been able to obtain this promotion and this position. And now I'm directing XYZ. Excuse me. This is live. In case you were wondering, right? Now, the key here is emotion. You want to really embrace the emotion. You really want to really feel into it. What does it feel like? The joy, the happiness, the gratitude of achieving what you want. You're right there. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's amazing for me to have achieved this, for this to be true. What does that feel like? That joy, that excitement, that gratitude, that gratefulness. Right? What does that feel like? You want to embody that emotion as you're writing this letter, as you're thanking your future self for doing everything that it needed to in order to get where you want to get to. All right, my love. So those are the 3 exercises. All right. We got, from the beginning, dream a little dream. Number 2, infinity and beyond. And number 3, being able to give yourself the love letter. Right? Speak to yourself with gratitude for everything that it did. All right. Now, I hope that all of this helps. I hope that it awakens you to your true power. And I'm taking it slow. I'm saucing you guys up. All right. I'm teaching you all the little notes to prepare you and sauce you up to get you ready for real transformation, baby. This is where it all begins. We're just chipping away at it. So be sure to tune in every weekly live. Okay. So you can catch all the gems and also so you can keep it together. All right, so make sure that you are following the page, right? Raise You 5 on Facebook. And we also have the YouTube. Subscribe to the website, reachingheightsllc.com. I have a lot of goodies, and I even have some for March coming up, so stay tuned. Now, remember, I am here. I'm here to help you go through all of it. I'm here to guide you through all the work, to really finding yourself, to dealing and processing and reconstructing that trauma, to removing the blockages, to being able to connect to yourself, to really know what you want, to get really clear on your vision. of what you want for yourself, I am here for all of it. So make sure to book your call now. Book your call now. Don't wait anymore. And really, I will change your life. I promise you. I will change your life. And I know that. I know that not only do I have countless testimonials of this experience, but also I know for myself because I did it. So I will change your life. And I've worked at it and I've chipped away at it. And I'm not quite there yet. Like I said, I'm an active participant and we're growing and you're seeing me grow. But I'll tell you one thing. I know my spirit. And I am winning. All right, guys. So be sure to book your call now.